Welcome, and we're talking short tennis here. That's me there on the left, and I drew my baseline there. You can really draw it anywhere you want. You can see the chalk mark there, and we're just going to play no volleys. You can drop the ball at the net. You can drop the ball from behind the baseline, in the center, on the right, on the left, really anywhere that you want for what you're trying to get out of the game. I don't have it here, but you could also break up the court into 3 targets or 4 targets. So let's say it was 3. You have 1 on the left, 1 in the middle, and 1 on the right. There's so many things to talk about that you can learn from this game, but specifically the targets, just learning how to use targets to control your opponent, to control the point, or to try to gain more control over the point. Now my opponent here, he's fairly aggressive. This is an advanced, obviously an advanced version of the game. You can make rules so that your opponent can't be so aggressive. You can do that by making the court smaller. You can see it's fairly wide. You can make it a little skinnier. Anything that you can come up with. But generally, this is what you're going to see. You're going to see, as you progress, or players progress from mini tennis, red ball, orange ball, etc. They think that the small court ends. It doesn't end. It's the same game, as I'm going to show you here later in this video. The only thing that changes is the competitor, the athleticism, people watching, the environment, etc. So you're always going to come back to these games as you get better. It's just a more advanced version now. You can do tactics here. You can teach players, teach yourself, teach players different tactics. Just for as an example, we probably already have done it, but you can use the player's feet as a target, and you can use that as a tactic to win. Learning for younger players or more beginners, you can learn to score this way because it's easy. Once they get good at it, they feel like they're confident and competent, so they don't mind scoring. They don't mind losing. It's like that whole thing where if you're playing well and you feel like you had a chance, you don't mind keeping score, and that's how you teach competition. You teach, a lot of people they need help. I wouldn't say need to be taught, but they need help learning how to be a competitor. This is how you do it. Now with him, I would definitely want to change the rules and make it harder in some way because he has this basically mastered. He's a very aggressive-minded athlete to begin with. What would I do? I'd make him play left-handed. I'd make the court smaller. And definitely no volleys. I mean, hey, maybe you can make it work with the volley, but volley pretty much ruins this game. It's just the court's way too small. Sliding. I'm not sliding right now, but that last move you saw me do, you could definitely slide and learn to slide on a hard court this way. That one's out there. And here we have Carson Branstein. I had a video on this, and she's kind of warming up, and they're kind of starting with like mini tennis, and then they slowly work into this game that I just showed you there. They don't have a line, and they're kind of doing a flirtatious version, and then they get competitive. But you could even see her, how she could. It's not really that she needs to do this, but if you wanted to see something different from her, you wanted to see her improve from her athleticism, etc. You could draw a line, and they could get a little game going, and you could see her improving and mastering that game. And here we have a couple beginners, and you can see what it looks like for them. Just getting out of the way and not volleying is a challenge. And then here we have a couple beginners, 8 years old, playing with the red ball. It's going to be sloppier. I mean, you could break it down and draw that line and make it more specific, make it harder. But this is what I call the chaotic version. And chaos with 8-year-olds, the chaos slowly turns into something specific. It doesn't start specific. It starts with chaos. You can see here I added in the between the legs. They like going for the tweener, so we threw in the tweener. And as I mentioned, you can draw the line and make them play the same game eventually as I did earlier.